I have an inspirational reading for you, and it is from an old Daily Word edition from 2015, but it talks about abundance and prosperity. So here it is. It says, I embrace abundant living and give thanks. True prosperity is no mystery. It is a manifestation of faith. Jesus gave us a pattern to follow. A crowd of 5,000 who had gathered to hear him speak needed a meal. Taking 5 loaves and 2 fishes, Jesus turned his attention to God. He acknowledged his source, gave thanks for what he had, and blessed it. He anticipated an abundance of food, and a miracle occurred. I follow the example of Jesus and give thanks in advance for what I desire. And of course, we all do that, don't we? I share love with others, and love returns to me. I give thanks for my healthy body, nourish it, and use it to serve God. I am vigorous and vibrant. I live in faith and gratitude, and I am prosperous. And then there is a reading from Luke 9, at verse 16, 17. It says, and taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven, and blessed and broke them, and gave them to the disciples, to set before the crowd, and all ate and were filled. So, that is what we need to do. Speaking this morning is lady. She is an assistant minister here. She's also teaching English as a second language, which means she is learning a lot of cultures, and has probably a lot of wonderful stories to tell about people who are coming to our country to be part of the United States of America. Speaking this morning to us on accepting God's abundance for me, please help me welcome Reverend Elaine Fuller-Zachey. I didn't mention the cats, did you notice?
Something different here.
Something different.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Accepting God's abundance for me. Well, there's a lot of stuff in existence. We can see, hear, feel, and taste a lot of stuff. You know? I mean, there just is. Look around, it's all here and here. There's a lot, and we're part of it. It's abundance, and we're immediately aware of and can use this to experience good lives. There's abundance we're not aware of too, so let's accept just general abundance. We can allow it to make our lives more comfortable, happier, and better. Brian Greene, in the book The Fabric of the Cosmos, Space, Time, and the Texture of Reality, Chapter 10, looks at existence with his eye of a theoretical physicist. Greene states that the universe is apparently composed of only 5% matter, the stuff that we can see, touch, feel, hear, smell, the familiar stuff, the stuff that we know. He continues that 25% of the universe is dark matter, stuff we can't sense, you know, and 70% is dark energy. No one knows much about these two. There have been no confirmed detections of a dark matter particle. Their physicists are working on that. Gravity pulls matter together to make planets, moons, right, Earth and us, while dark energy pushes matter apart to create an ever-expanding universe. So we have these two forces, right, in balance. It's an interesting thing, it's interesting. It's food for thought and further discovery, certainly. There's so much stuff around us, an abundance of it, including that which our senses cannot detect, but does nevertheless exert a pull on the knowable stuff. Mysteries, questions, wonder, the face of God, the face of God. It is abundance. Our niece Jennifer was here for a week this summer, and we shared a part of the complete whole of the abundance that San Diego offers. Jen and I took the trolley to the City College stop, got off, and walked half a block to a great-looking big thrift store. She wanted to go, and I was curious too. It looked so good, We found clothes, kitchenware, furniture, household items, and all types of other things too, in good shape. In good shape. I'd noticed a big store on other trolley trips and thought, gotta go there someday. Well, my inner Christ had guided me to ask Jen if she wanted to go, and that was perfect. So the store offered no dressing rooms, though, to try on clothes. So Jen created, quote unquote, one by pulling and clipping blankets together as walls, like a little thing and a thing and a, right in the middle of the store. It was high enough and wide enough so we could go in and try on clothes. It was great.
Creativity.
Well, yeah, we make up life as we go along. She wound up with two like-new, perfectly fitting jeans and several brightly colored t-shirts, exactly what she wanted. I got a pair of pants and 2 white tops for work and a frame for one of my paintings. This is one of my white tops. It's a good teacher top, My cost for all of that was under $20.
Wow.
Yay. We both got things we needed because people had decided to no longer keep things they didn't use, but things which were other people's treasures. So we were happy that we turned out to be those other people. After shopping, we went to a nearby Jack in the Box for coffee. And then we took the Jolly Trolley home, feeling really, really smart. We got to know each other more, too. And that's part of abundance, not just nice things that we got but and wanted and needed, but friendship, the love. Abundance accepted for me, yes, and Jen, too. Thank you, God. It's part of it, Jen and I went to Seaport Village another day. I parked in one of the lots, then we walked around. We went into an art store, a clothing store, and a really fun pirate shop, like pirate-themed stuff. It was really wild, the stuff that they had, fun and funny. We let a cheerful clerk validate our parking ticket, so we, were fine to park, and we wound up at the Upstart Crow bookstore. Have you ever been there?
Oh, I've heard of it.
It is great. I had a coffee and a bagel while she had a tea and a pastry. And we sat there and talked and ate and just enjoyed each other. I found a wonderful new fun buddy. It's just great. More abundance accepted, more bonding, more joy, more love. Jen and I were both open to accept each other. We'd spent a little time together before, but hadn't gotten to really know each other. This time we talked about our experiences, likes and dislikes, and got to know each other on a personal level. And that is a gift. It was great to have this bright, young person in my life. These everyday, ordinary activities make our lives richer and happier. And I like to share with others too. When my school friend, Therese, was taking care of a little colony of feral cats. That's wild kitties in the city. Yeah? I donated a big bag of good quality Costco cat food almost monthly. Now she does that on a much smaller scale, and I am the one who takes care of feral cats. I still share cat food when I get it. My co-worker accepts my donation, and I frequently accept free kitty food from a good quality cat and dog food company, Canaday, as well as gifts from friends. I receive canned foods, kibble, kitty litter, and sometimes other cat needs. When I first started caring for feral cats, I accepted help from the local Feral Cat Coalition. They provided harmless cat traps, a veterinary trip for each for spaying or neutering, flea treatments, rabies shots, and antibiotic shots. I paid for their other shots, and since then I have been donating a little money here and there to Feral Cat Coalition. You know, it's a circle. You get, you give, you get, you give. I receive and accept cat abundance, right, from caring people, as well as share it with caring people. And animals, especially, cats and dogs, have taught me a lot about love and accepting my abundance and love and sharing it. Being a Christ by Ann and Peter Meyer describes a plastic universe. It changes, changes. When we think, speak, or pray, our creative idea is projected into the universe. It responds without judgment or choice to bring this about in our physical existence. We can look to our own thoughts, conversations, beliefs, or prayers as the cause of our life situations. We can change our lives by changing our thoughts to align with the truth about God, and that is perfection everywhere now. We can believe that we deserve and care, and can have our good. We can pray for it. We can also request TIC, Teaching of the Inner Christ, or TIC's prayer circle to pray for our good also. Remember, there's a lot of stuff out there, and only 5% of the universe is composed of matter, or stuff that we can sense. So the other is there too, maybe, probably accessible to us. We won't run out of stuff with which to manifest things through prayer. My husband now accepts assistance from Veterans Hospital. That includes a lot. It's doctor's visits, prescription medications, special shoes and compression stockings. Since he seems to have a challenge walking and standing, Veterans has gotten him a wheelchair built to fit him so he can get around. It's tall enough so his feet don't drag on the ground. Really, he's 6'8", and it's wide enough too. Now he has no copay for these services. It's all part of Veterans. When they qualify in a certain way. When he uses medical assistance for my teacher's benefits, he has a small copay of $10, sometimes more for prescriptions. It's part of teacher's benefits. Thank you, God, for all of this. This is abundance. This is Paul's acceptance of abundance in our everyday world, and abundance for me, too. He's my husband, right? So we can refer to the textbook, Teaching of the Inner Christ for First Course, Inner Sensitivity, of Being a Christ, by Ann and Peter Meyer, for information about acceptance of abundance. Lesson 9, Part 2, entitled Dealing with Mental Inhibitors, states, the truth is that we can be, can do, and can have all that we desire if we accept the truth that God is perfection everywhere now. Mental inhibitors or error beliefs that we can't do or have something form blocks that keep us from fully accepting and experiencing our good. The truth idea that dissolves the error belief of poverty and lack is abundance and unlimited good of the universe. Remember, there's an unending supply of stuff here, right? Also, if we believe there isn't enough, we may withhold our giving, and so slow the circulation of abundance, therefore increasing our own experience of poverty and lack. It can be money, love, abilities, opportunities, or something else. Being a Christ states the corresponding idea of truth is that the abundance of the universe is limitless, and we can have for ourselves all we can accept through the medium of our faith in it. We can make a spiritual treatment. That's a special TIC prayer that works for any particular good we desire. Therefore, there is no real reason why any of us should suffer limitation or lack. There is enough good for everyone. I like to think of it in terms of there's enough God for God. In other words, there's enough God for all of God's expressions. I add also that while we're praying for our desires, we can also pray that we recognize and accept our manifestation, because it can come in surprising ways. And we need to be open to surprises. Manifestation came to me in a surprising way the other day when I went shopping at Sprouts Market in Lemon Grove, close to our home. I wound up with 2 orders of food. I paid for one with our Visa card, and I planned to pay for the other with a check. And it came to a little under $20. After the cashier had totaled it up, I got a pen and opened my checkbook. Oh, no checks. Surprise, right? Has that ever happened to you? Yep. I'd run out and forgotten to get a new book of checks. So I told the cashier about it and said that maybe I could find cash in my purse. So I scrambled around and found $12 and, rats. So I told her I'd get part of the cash order. And a red-haired, red-bearded man with a red-headed 5-year-old next in line told me he'd get it. I turned around and, what? He said he'd pay for it.
Wow.
And there's a surprise, yeah, you bet. I said, okay, pay it forward. I gave him the $12 cash and accepted the friendship and abundance of a seeming stranger. So that's great. Then I remembered that 2 days before I'd sent a $20 check to an organization that was helping animals displaced by Hurricane Harvey. And, that's kind of what goes around comes around. I'd sent out abundance and gotten it back at Sprouts. And I had accepted it too. I could have said, oh no, that's terrible. But thank you, God. Thank you, red-haired man. It's great. So I didn't do a formal prayer about that, but it still manifested. So I count that as a prayer. In conclusion, the universe or multiverse or existence, whatever you want to call it, is limitless. It's plastic. It can form. It can change form and expression. It is abundance, and it's around, all around, and in our experiences every day, as well as in our desires. We may have error beliefs that stand in the way of accepting our good, such as there isn't enough, I don't deserve it, and I'm limited and lack abilities. We can refer to Being a Christ for information about this and pray. Then meditate with inner Christ guidance on accepting our good and healing any seeming error beliefs we may have that block our abundance. As for me, I accept my abundance and thank God when it comes. Being a Christ puts it in a nutshell. The abundance of the universe is limited, and we can have for ourselves all we can accept through the medium of our faith. So let's accept and thank God. And we can each accept God's abundance. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.